Hi trader, welcome to the weekly recap brought to you by Admiral Markets. My name is Chris and today's focus is on the US dollar. Is the euro dollar ready for a breakout to the upside, plus other currency pairs of course in our view today. First of all though, be aware that this video is intended for a global audience, may not be suitable for everyone. Take a look at this link, select your country of residence and contact an appropriate entity to find out more about that and conditions and other details. Also, trading for exchange and global financial markets is considered high risk and may not be suitable for everyone. Please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor for more information on that. This video is for informational and educational purposes only, and by continuing watching this video, you agree with this disclaimer, plus you are aware of the risk involved when trading. Alright, first currency pair in mind today is the euro dollar here, looking at the 4-hour chart, and price clearly bouncing off roughly the 50% here fib when placing it from bottom to top. And now price is in the triangle captured by the blue and the orange trend lines here. So what I'm interested in is a break actually to the upside, a break above the orange trend line. I think there could be a trade up to the next top, the red line there, for a breakout trade. If price then breaks above the red line, I'm looking for a continuation up to the minus 272 target, which is 112 as you can see. Now if price breaks below the support trend line, there could be a larger correction down to the next fib, which is the 61.8, this green fib here, which is the next bouncing spot. And if price breaks below that one, then the next bouncing spot is 78.6 fib at 106.36. So that's what I'm looking for, basically a break to the upside for a up momentum continuation to 110.60 and then perhaps 112. And if price breaks below support, there could be a bigger retest and retracement down to 61.8 and 78.6 fib, which I would then expect to be bouncing spots. Visually, that would look like this, down to the 61.8. I do expect a bit of a bounce there. Depends how price bounces, if we see this or a bigger continuation. And then to the upside, I'm expecting this, and I do expect a respect for that level, but there could be, for instance, a bull flag, which could show the indication of a further upside continuation to 112. So this is kind of the pattern that I'm expecting here, a break to one of the two sides. Now, what type of break am I looking for? For instance, a candle, a 4-hour candle that closes above this trend line with the majority of the candle above it, a close near the high or a close near the low for the opposite. That kind of price action signal is most of the time a pretty good indication if price is indeed breaking the trend line, or whether it's a false break if there's a big wick on that candle. Alright, moving over to the pound USD, we can see here, for instance, a bottom very nearby here of the channel, and we can see that channel probably a bit better on a higher time frame. So let's take a look at the daily chart. You can see a downtrend channel nicely indicated by these green lines, and price is pretty close to the bottom of the channel. So I'm not expecting shorts here to work out pretty well. I'm very cautious with shorts. In fact, if it breaks this channel, it could still hook back and bounce back basically to the top of that channel or close to the top. That can happen when price is in a channel and it's close to the bottom, like it happened here, and it happened here too. Price is respecting this channel. So I'm cautious with the shorts so close to the bottom of the channel. But if price does break through the bottom, the very bottom, the blue line, then price could be accelerating through this channel and might expand this channel like this, for instance. And it could be a continuation trade right here down to 145-ish. All right, that's something that I do keep in mind. For the moment, though, I have this channel and it's near the bottom, unless it breaks through blue. If it does bounce here, if it does show any signs of weakness, there could be a reversal kind of potential. That's always a bit difficult, though, to be honest. But if one put a fib from here to here, there could be targets at 150, for instance, up to maybe even the top of the channel around 151. And that could be then a resistance, of course, for potential downside yet again as price has reached the top of that channel. All right, a quick break for a summary of our webinars this week. Monday, Nana takes a look at the weekly FX recap and has great setups there for the euro dollar, pound dollar, AUDUSD, and others. So take a look at that. Very exciting always to see his predictions there and setups. Tuesday, Wednesday, we have live trading on moving averages and price action. We take a look at the Forex market and other instruments as well and dive into the market. And on Wednesday, Nana takes a look at RSI and CCI. And next week, we have a learning lab. We take a look at Ichimoku trading strategies. All right, now looking at the dollar yen, and it's an interesting spot because price is at a big support trend line, this weekly support trend line dating back all the way to 3.5 years ago, and price is right at it and is trying to break through it. On the daily chart, you can see price is trying to poke through it, and it has a pretty bearish daily candle actually, going straight into it and closing below it. So that could be a break right there. I would like to see price actually probably put one more bearish candle below it because it is a huge trend line right like this. So to confirm the breakout, and would look for a bit of a pullback either into the trend line like that or maybe just above it, roughly probably about halfway when putting a fib from top to bottom here, and look for kind of a pullback continuation setup, right? Let it roll out, break, pull back to 38 or 38.2 or 50 fib, and I'll look for a downtrend continuation. That could be very interesting, I think, for the dollar yen, and price could fall nicely if this is a bigger correction like this. There is some space back to, for instance, this bottom right here at the very minimum, I would say, which is around, let's see, looks to be around 116-ish. All right, so that could be an interesting reversal setup on the dollar yen, in my opinion, for today or later this week, or next week in fact as well. AUDUSD is in a bigger triangle, orange and blue, indicating that the resistance and support. Now price is in a channel to the upside. I think that if price hits this resistance level, it could be interesting to look for reversals back to the bottom of this channel, and when price gets to the bottom of the channel, it could be still a good bouncing spot yet again back up. Anytime this channel breaks as well, there's a potential for a move down. And of course, if the triangle breaks, there could be bigger up and potential downside. But those are, pretty big breaks. Wouldn't be trading that without some proper confirmation on the daily chart, I think. But as long as price stays between support and resistance, I think we got interesting bounce trade setups for my own trading, at least. During this week and perhaps next week. Let's see how long price stays within these two levels. All right, thank you so much. We're going to be back later this week with live webinars. I hope to see you in those live events. Make sure to take a look at the content of Admiral Markets through social media and the website, delivered daily, and wish you all good trading and a great, fantastic 2016. Cheers.